What's up, EPG? I decided to make a video so that we could all take advantage of the space that we have. Okay, so first things first, we can't have it sounding terrible like this, even if it doesn't sound that terrible, right? So got these, right? These are real easy. They're mics. Plug it in, charge it, plug this into the bottom of your phone, right? Just so you sound good. You can have two mics so two people can be on the same one. Okay, now you can see how much better it sounds. Hopefully it sounds better, or else this video is going to look stupid. But let's go, okay? All right, next is the setup. I know it's a bunch of stuff. Looks fancy, looks intimidating. It's not, promise. First things first, close the door. We don't want outside sounds, outside noises coming in. That's why we're putting these up. We turn on all our lights, okay? Already positioned to where they need to be. Turn on the switch, right? As fuck. Power strip. It's gonna turn on the other light. It's gonna turn on the above light, okay? The basics of this is we don't want shadow back here. This makes it way harder to shoot these videos. So the least amount of shadow we can get, the better. So you see as we further out, the shadow starts going away. That's what we want. The light above you is gonna shadow your face, so you have to be careful where you position it. You can use these switches to move this down, move it around. Depends on where you're gonna be on this. But just remember, wherever you are, minimize the shadow, because then it starts going green backgrounds, which we don't want. So the stand that we're gonna use is gonna be this ring light. It's pretty good, illuminates your face, sometimes too bright. So it depends on what you wanna do. Skin tone, you can lower it, but you're still gonna wanna put some light, because the shadow from the above ground light is gonna mess you up some. So light on minimum to maximum. So it depends on how you want it to look, right? Same way here. You see it washes out my face, but here, right? So that's the basics of it, but it has shadow. So honestly, we're gonna wanna push this light back as much as we can, but we're tight on space, so you have to be careful. Maybe pull it down, you play with it, right? Okay, the next important part is going to be the teleprompter. You do need a screen. You can do an iPad. Probably your best bet. We'll probably have one, okay? You're going to need to download an app. I use teleprompter because it's free and it's easy to use. If you're going to use the teleprompter, you do have to write a script beforehand. You can import it onto your iPad, right? And then you pick it, right? So we're going to do invoice, right? Or whatever that is. You have to put it in the settings, right, to reverse how this looks, because I can't read this, right? But when you put it on there, you definitely can, right? And that's the whole trick, is to read it off this while you're recording, right? So you sound like you know what you're talking about. You hit start, you set it at a pace that you can read it at. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to do a quick overview on investing in multifamily properties. First, we need to blah, 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 right? So this should run at a speed that you can speak during. And you're also going to want to make sure that you position it near the ring light, either behind it or off to an angle that you can see it, because while you're reading, you're going to be looking that way. Your eyes are going to be focused that way. So that's where your attention is going to be, and that video is going to show that, okay? So the way I have it positioned is so that I can see my reflection in the mirror or the window, right? So it does help. I can see me if you're shooting by yourself. It does help to shoot with someone else. I appreciate you, Vivian. She told me, hey, you look sad. Why do you look sad? You're never sad. While I was recording, and I didn't even realize it. So it does help to have somebody else watching what you're doing, to kind of like, hey, do this, do that, work with a partner. It does help, right? Sit here, you minimize shadow, you have your face lit up. You're usually going to want to not use the bottom half while you're having a talking video, okay? Be careful using one of these swivel bar stools. It's the best height for everything, but you will start to do this if you're not careful. And if you watch your videos, sometimes you'll see yourself doing that. That's not what you want, right? So make sure you watch your hands, make sure you're centered on the screen, and you keep within the frame, okay? Most of the time, we're gonna wanna shoot vertical, like we're doing right now, so that we can maximize how much we can be on this, because we shoot vertical when we shoot social media, unless we're doing YouTube, which most of us aren't. So if you're gonna do a video, it just depends on what you want, right? If you wanna sit, stand, whatever, lower, raise, however you wanna do it, okay? Watch the shadow, watch your lighting. Also, again, why it's so good to shoot with someone else. You get better visuals, right? The closer you can get into this, right, the better. The ring light will light up your face. You can still cut out in the background, but more of you seen, right? Further back, further back, further back. Like this is good. You can cut out certain parts of you. So first, we're gonna show you how to paste onto a background. All right, so this, you pick a picture, has to be high resolution. You set the aspect ratio so that you know the video will fill up the full screen when you shoot the video. Here we're gonna zoom in, right? The background should be blurred if you're gonna do this kind of video, okay? We're gonna go back to overlay, add overlay. All right, and then we go find the video that we just shot in green screen, okay? Add it. Then we're gonna go over how to take off the green screen and how to position correctly. Here we can use the chroma key. It'll take off the background. You change the intensity. You do see some screen bleed, right? Come in and out. A nice shortcut to use is auto removal of background. Appreciate it, Amalia. Okay, here you can move yourself around, zoom in, zoom out, right? Put yourself on the background how you want it. So you see what it'll look like, right? This is the original video, right? Green screen at first and then random background. See the lighting changes. Then this is the transposed. You see the difference. Okay, create another project. All right, then we're gonna use the video that we want to put in the background, right? Add an overlay, add overlay, find the video we're using, add it. And then we position ourselves, we crop it, right? So we're gonna go down here, should be transform, resize, okay? And then here we're gonna try to shrink down. We're not gonna try, we're gonna do it. Cut off all that excess that we don't need. That's good. Tired of staring at myself. Let's go. Cutting off the extras so that we fill up the full screen. Okay, and then now we resize, position ourselves where we want us to be on the video, and boom. Look at that. Ooh, it's not that hard. Y'all got this. Come on. Always export to the highest resolution, frame rate, code, everything.